Hello YouTube, Scenery here, and before I begin, this video, it's not very well structured, it's not scripted, it's just me talking, because I want to get this out now, because I think if I don't, then I might just be too late, you know. I'll by the time I get done, oh, the thing's already out, then there's no point in making this video. I do have another video, should have been out by now, that is more scripted. Sorry, the way I have this it's set up for streaming more or less, so my hands are kind of out of the way. But yes, there is another one. It's more of like a tech show type thing that it covers a lot of tech, and it's covered a lot of tech. I'll probably increase it to the last month, so like the last couple of weeks. But so stay tuned for that. But today we're talking about a certain company, which you probably have already guessed because of what's behind me, even though I'm looking at a green screen while recording this, which would also give you the hint as well. Yes, it's about Razer and a particular thing that we use every day, our cell phones. Yes, a Razer phone. We're getting a Razer phone. It's I would say 95%. 95%. We're getting a Razer phone. I doubt we're getting a handheld device, like a handheld tablet, like Nintendo Switch thing. Why? Why do I think we're getting a Razer phone? Number one, Razer owns Nextbit. Now Nextbit was famous for the Robin shown behind me. The smartphone itself, it didn't take off like I'm sure they expected to, but interesting design, very cloud storage based. Design language. I think the colors were the main thing that definitely, well, besides the bezels, but they're like plastic at the top and bottom, but there for a reason. I guess the design language and colors were, a little bit more childish than what you would get. So it's not clearly it's not as elegant looking as something like the like a Galaxy S8, an iPhone, the LGs, Sony's, you know, those bigger names, which is fine. But they own them. They've got the hardware capability of building a phone. Nextbit's already done it, and even actually on the Nextbit site, all support goes through the Razer support site now. So that's number one. Number two is they've actually hired. Well, I guess yeah. Number two, they've hired one of HTC's designers that worked on the M9. Hopefully, it's not going to look like that, as that design's a bit dated. Did have HTC boom sound, and it's still a good phone, but I think the M9 can definitely be done without this time. Number three is, if you look on Razer's job openings, they've got a lot of stuff for Android. Now, why would you make Android? Why would you need a lot of Android development for PC? Because a lot of these Android jobs, which they'd be up here and switched. What you build PCs? Why? I know Microsoft Launcher does have the continue on PC function, and Cortana will send you messages to your Windows PC. It's not the case. It's for an Android device, so that again would give us an insight about what we're looking at. Either probably a stock Android, or actually probably a little Razer skin, which I would not mind at all. I think that would look great. Hopefully they go for more of a minimalist, like Sony's done, versus a heavy one of Samsung, TouchWiz. But we'll have to see when this launches. Number four. Now number four, this is the big one, coming from and it's the CEO, Min Liang Tan, and all of his tweets. Lots and lots of tweets, which I will of course showcase behind me as I talk about them. Yesterday he put out a poll saying what type of phone you use. I will fall under the other phone category, but we had S8, S8 Plus, iPhone 8, 8 Plus, and the Pixel and XL. Those three were the categories, and everything else again just falls under random. Then he has made the tweet asking about what mobile OS you use earlier on. Then we have the I should be more careful where I take my prototypes. I almost let one drop between the seat and an airplane. What would fall out? What would fall in between the seat of an airplane? Must be small enough to. Well, your pockets is kind of right there, and a phone, I guess, or tablet would be small enough too. Could be a PSP. Don't know what that would look like, a PSP-like device, which would be very interesting. Don't know what I'd run. Windows PSP, Steam PSP. That'd also be interesting. I would see those, but no, it's a phone, because a phone would fall out of your pocket. It's all, mine's almost done, but the case I have on mine kind of stops it. But I do know, like, if I didn't have a case on it, well, even just sitting down in my car, it would fall out, and stuff like that's falling out in pockets all the time. So easy to get stuck between an airplane seat, phone or tablet. So that's one guess. And then even finally, if those treats weren't enough, he's shown us the device actually. Well, he put out a tweet with the next bit CEO, and he was like, at Razer, we've duped them. And again, I don't think nobody's really spotted it until they took a close look in his pocket, and even in the pocket, which I'll zoom in here and I'll see it, and I'll even trace it for you. That there's a phone there. As you can see here. Well, now that he has a zoomed in picture with the kind of trace, you see the Razer logo, which is nice, which means it's going to be it looks kind of be a metal back, or it could be a soft touch finish, but I think a metal back would be nice. And that's when the green would contrast very well with that metal back. If it's glass, I think an all black color scheme would look very cool, or like a black glass with like a gunmetal logo, stuff like that would look amazing. But the classic green logo means we're probably gonna get metal back, which we're going to talk about the design portion just after this. Somebody said, if you bring out Razer Phone, I'll drop my essay right away, please do it. And he was like, but what about the feature where my face is the wallpaper and you can't remove it? Honestly, Min, yeah, it wouldn't matter. I think people would still buy it. Even actually include it in one of the wallpaper options, people will put it on. I think the meme would be hilarious. Do it for the meme, man. Do it for the memes. Yeah. I actually, as I don't have these tweets in front of me right now, as you can see above, but I forgot another thing. Just jump back to the first tweet we were talking about. He actually looking to test a Razer prototype, which is something that you would do with the phone, because like testing a prototype laptop would be a bit harder, but a prototype phone, you can make them. They're easy enough to send out and all this other stuff. Which, by the way, if you somehow do see this, Razer and or Min, I would love to test one. Please. Please. Because, you know, I will actually see, I do know someone at Razer, so I'm going to see if I can get in contact. Because that is another thing as we move out this section. Now, granted, I do not know there is a phone coming, like I said earlier. I mean, because even though I do know people, then they're not going to tell me this. Because they kind of can't, it's secret and stuff like that, just like more prototypes. So they can't even tell me that. Just for clarification before we move on, I do not know there's one, but just because of all that stuff, I'm pretty sure there's one. Come on, he tweeted out he wants people to test prototype with the type of the phone they have. He's shown us it in his pocket. It is coming out. We'll go having one. I just don't know when. Actually, we'll discuss the when. It'd be cool if they just did their own separate launch event. Which, if he's asking for prototypes now, look, the prototyping it, and that means CES, I would assume, would be launch, which is a fair few months. It's 3 months away, but I would see CES to be the launch, not the unveiling. Not just unveiling like they did with like Valerie and the other one. No, I mean the actual launch. It would be unveiled and launched at CES. You go buy it probably within the next week or two. I think that makes time span. But at least I think it'd be the launch there. So design. What do I think this will look like? Well, I've actually made designs. Which you can see here now. I've made designs. This is a new updated design of just a wireframe. I'll put up the colored version here, so you can take a look at that. Well, I'll put it up later because right now, of course, I'll talk about the wireframe design because this is the new design. Because with the Pixel 2 actually being released yesterday, depending when you're watching this, or well, October 4th, And I looked at it, and even before that I was kind of thinking, I'm like, no, they could do different, because mine was a bit more of an old school design. And then, like, oh my god, the XL, the Pixel 2 XL, it just makes so much sense. Yes, you can just push the speakers up a little bit instead of the bigger screen. And so that's what I've done. So the wireframe is updated with the pushed up bezels right there. There's still a little bezel, but personally, in what I'm thinking here, the bezels is a worthy trade-off. A, it's the first phone, and B, well, one and two, you get the speakers and front-facing speakers, awesome, and they shouldn't have THX audio, as it does say, because, hello, they own THX as well. What else are you going to put up there? Oh, 1440p display or 1080, whichever one. Application are LED, RGB LED, I should say. So you can customize it in custom flash colors up the top, and then of course the speaker at the bottom. So on-screen buttons, which isn't such a big deal, honestly. On-screen buttons there. On the side, what I propose is a side mount fingerprint scanner. Next bit had it. And Sony has. I know Sony has some trouble. I think it's with Apple how they can't activate theirs in the US. But I mean, like, the whole Sony US thing is just still botched in the first place, and they need to fix it. Because look, you can fix it, and they should fix it. It's one of your big, like, the US market is still big. I personally like it. I would buy one, make them carrier available, and add a fingerprint scanner back to it. That's besides the point. But that's side my fingerprint scanner, because it just makes sense. That's where you're gonna grab your phone. Usually, you're gonna put it right here. Can you see that? No, I can't see the function. Turn it on. Actually, you're gonna sit here. I didn't put it on the back. I mean, you could put it on the back, but I didn't, of course. But you could just put it right there, because that works well. But I think right here works the best. Video is not sponsored by HTC, by the way. I just have it. But right there would work just fine, because that's where everything is. Your volume rocker just above that, with as you can see, colored wise, a Razer green Razer green volume rocker, because the power button and power button, because you gotta add some flair, as well as the Razer green antenna bands. Now that you can see up here, because we've gone over that part of the phone, Razer green antenna bands, because that would just look amazing. Because just to add more Razer aesthetic to the phone, people are like, oh, it looks like, no, it will look so cool, especially with the design I kind of have, instead of it going quick across the phone and have it kind of curve up, kind of like how the iPhone 7 is. I did take some cue from there, but I mean, I personally think I think that'd be a cool way to do it, and a little bit more than that, or just make them black. Doesn't really matter. 23 megapixel sensor, I know you can get that, and if they can even get the new 19 one, which is on the XE1, it definitely needs to have a good camera no matter what. On the glass side, actually, definitely I would say chroma strips at the back. I think that would be so cool. If you get chroma strips at the back, that'd be like, different put your notifications on there. You know, have different settings for like certain actions that are going on with the phone. But just like chroma strips at the back. You can add them. It's doable. I mean, like, you can get the really thin ones in your mouse right now. So why can't we have some chroma lighting at the back there on the glass back, and then add a little more color to it on the back again, because you're gonna have the kind of the black grayish logo up top. Did keep the headphone jack, and here's the reasoning why I've kept why I put the headphone jack in. It's all about synergy. And so making sure everything works together, because that's something that Apple hasn't done with the like the internally between the Mac team and the iPhone team. Because look, when the iPhone 7 launched, you only have a Lightning connector, and now you still have your 3.5 jack here, and now there's USB Type-C on your laptop, you know. So nothing's being communicated, you know. So you need one set of headphones for your laptop, another for your iPhone. It's all over the place. Razer and a lot of their headphones do have a 3.5mm cord attached to them, or not, and if you can take them out and use them for things, but they come with 3.5 cord, unless you get the Bluetooth hammerheads and the special I/O disc edition. Some are USB, but that's besides the point. But a lot of the mobile ones are 3.5, so people might already have those. And want to use them. Granted, look, you can include the dongle in the box if you want, just and take it away, but instead of having people use a dongle, just have it there, plug it in. There's no need for an extra step, and you can already use your Razer headphones that you have, because I'm sure everybody would love to. Pull out your Krakens, pull out your Man of Wars, pull out your Hammerheads, pull out your Dars. I know they don't make them. Did they make? I can't remember if they make them. So much for liking the brand, don't know what to make. No, cause I had the Dars, I had a set of Dara in-ears and they were great. So stuff like that, people still have those. Of course, internally, yes, with USB 3, make sure you have Quick Charge 3.0, an 835, and even an 836 chipset would be great. 4 gigs of RAM, 64 of storage, but you can put 32 in there with the micro SD card slot, which you can double as a SIM, double the SIM and micro SD, because that's what a lot of phones are doing these days anyway. A decent sized battery, so to at least last all day. Yeah, that's I think that's it. That's what I would like to see, and at least I hope, because I think that's stuff a lot of other people see. You know, just, I mean, the biggest thing is, especially, it needs to look elegant. Like what I don't want to see is, look, the HTC phones are still great, they look good, so stuff like that would be alright. I wouldn't like, the roundy design is okay in my mind. Like, look, this HTC 10 is great, and I love it. But again, it does have faults to it, like anything does. Don't make it look like the Robin. If it's like a special Razer branded Robin, we're screwed. But it actually does look bigger than that. It looks like it does have like a 5.5-inch screen. People calling it a phablet, and as you saw with the outline, it does look like on the bigger side. Which that does mean, that is a good point I need to make. None of this is to scale. The 3D model I made, which you can see here, it is of the old design, but that is to scale. Because I kind of just drew out the design of the phone, and then I took actual dimensions from another phone, which I think would work. And I have in fact held the phone that I took the dimensions from, and it is usable for every day, and so you can fit, and then you could definitely fit a big screen on it, probably like a 5.8 on the body, which is pretty standard, and of course 2K, full HD, 4K for some reason if you're feeling special, because I mean it is a thing. It just HDR tech it with an OLED screen if you can, and you're great. But yeah, so none of that is, but yes, besides that point, yes, I just want to say none of that scale besides up here, this drawing right here. But yeah, that's it for design. That's what I think it should look like. Yes, I did take design cues from some phones, and if you know which phones I took design cues from, just comment them down below. Let me know, see if you can guess it, because I am a fan of the phone, so I kind of want the model like that, because I think it look great, something like this. Or if they want to do a collaboration, which I don't think they did, but if they were to do a collaboration, that would also be great. I think that is it. That's all I really have. Hopefully, I know it's a little bit long, but I just want to get this out here, like I said before I do it. So if you did enjoy, leave a like rating, comment down below what your thoughts on it, when you think it's going to be released, what do you think it would look like, and again with like I said before, with the comment about where I got my design cues from. Subscribe to see more content. Subscribe and hit the bell notification to get notified when I post that content, because when they announce that I'll be doing a video, and if they do come out, and when it comes out, I will try and get my hands on one. If it's carrier, if they put it on carriers, which I really hope they do, T-Mobile, I will pre-order it that day, and I will hope to have it as soon as I can. First order of business is getting it in, so then when it comes out, I can unbox it and show it to the world of what it's like. But if I can get my hands on it early, that would be amazing as well. I would love that. I'll have to go talk to some people I know. But that's it. Like I said, I hope you did enjoy. Until next time, bye bye.